We're going to look at the further tools that are available in Pages on the iPad, and in the upper right hand corner you will see that there is a wrench icon, and if you push the wrench icon, these are the other tools that will apply to this document or give you further options to work within the document. The first you'll see is a find option, and if you choose the find option you can type in and search for a word, phrase, or sentence that you may have. So I'm going to begin to type in wildlife, and you'll see on the screen as I do that, it is highlighting where that is. It is going to locate any occurrences of those letters that are put together, and then you can further search through the document. So if I would have more than one occurrence of that, I would actually be able to scroll through and see where all of that pops up. You also see you have a little settings option out to the left. You can do find and replace. You can match the case or whole word. So if you're doing a search in a document that you've created, or a student wants to search in a document that they have created and they would like to replace things, so maybe they are doing their revisions and they realize they have a better word than what they had put in, or they want to see how many times they use the word and, or one of the maybe a pronoun, they want to see how many times they said he or she or they. They can use this and go through and really evaluate and take a look at their writing and what they've done and how they can maybe improve those items. Below the find you will see tracking. So this will be for any changes that occur in the document. You can track changes. What you'll do is simply turn on tracking, and you'll see that you have several other options that then expand out from under that. You can mark up without deletions. You can view a final copy. You can also do pause, so you can pause the tracking as you are working if you would need to do that. I'm going to turn tracking back off, and you'll see that my further options will collapse. The other thing you have is a document setup. Remember, when you are using Pages on the iPad, you cannot change the layout. So I right now have mine as the vertical standard mode. If you would like to be horizontal or landscape mode, you have to do that when you first create the document. If you would export this or share this to your MacBook, you can make that adjustment on the Mac, but when I am on the iPad, you'll notice that I have no way and no options. I can add things here, I can change the paper size, but I cannot actually change the setup of the document in relation to if it is landscape or vertical. So, I want to point that out and remind you of that. You do have some other settings in here, so if you want to have them take a look and see what their word count is, or if you want them to turn off the automatic spell check, if you want them to have center guides turned off or edge guides, you can also have them add an author name to this document. Now what it will do is it will pull a generic name that it has used before or that the iPad is associated with. So I am signed into my iCloud account and my iTunes account, and that's where it is pulling the name Kevin from. So any of these you can turn off or on at any time, and you'll see that you do have comments available there as well. You can password protect the document. Students can also do this if they have a concern in relation to if they're in a shared iPad environment or someone else is going to be using their iPad and they don't want them to go in and change anything. They can put in a password here. Please note though, if you put a password on this document, there is no easy quick fix for a workaround if you and or a student would forget the password. So if you do this, when you verify, make sure that hint that you put in is a very good hint to help you remember that. You can also print. Our schools right now, some of them may be equipped with AirPrint in a way that they can print directly to a printer in the building, but for the most part this is not something we will do directly from the iPad. The best practice here would be to export it to a MacBook or a computer, and then you can access it from there and print. And finally, you do have your help options. You can look and see what's new in Pages, you can send feedback, and the help feature is also available by clicking the question mark in the upper right hand corner, and it will walk you through and allow you to have some help options there.